Okay, greetings everyone.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us today on the first show for Microsoft Dynamics 365 application. So I have with me Venkatesh, and today we are going to do the first session for Dynamics 365 applications, where we will be starting with the basic details, and then going further we will have more detailed sessions. We'll see on the more sessions. So let me share my screen. So here is the agenda for today. So as I said that we are basically going to start with the basic introduction about the Dynamics 365, and we will try to answer some basic questions. Whenever we want to start working with any application, so we have some basic questions, right? What is this application is all about, and why we should use these applications, and who all are the companies, or which are the companies they are using Dynamics 365, and which are the areas of Dynamics 365, and how we can utilize them for the business. And then we will see some more documentation references in the last. Okay, so let's quickly jump to our session today. So let me give you a little bit brief about ourselves. So myself Mahender, and I'm principal consultant at Himbap, and I have with me Venkatesh, who is lead software engineer at APM. So we both are going to represent this session today. So some of the topic I will be covering, and then we have some demo on the modules for Dynamics 365. So Venkatesh is going to take care of those topics. Okay.
Hi everyone.
Let's start with the first topic, like what is Dynamics 365. So this is a very basic question that comes into mind, whenever we start working with any application, and that was the same question which came first in our mind as well when we started, looking for the first time in for Dynamics CRM. So now it's Dynamics 365, but since when I started around in 2007, when it was CRM 4.0. So that was the basic question that came into my mind, that what is basically dynamic CRM. So the basic concept of CRM application is to basically manage your customers. So if we want to say that in a very simple manner, that what is CRM application, the CRM application is where we want to manage our customer data, so that we can provide them different services, and we can provide all the business related tasks. We can automate their different business processes, and this application also help us to get some more customer from the market. So you can say that basic point here is to retain your existing customer, so that you can provide them a good service, so they won't go to any other vendor, and as well as get some more customer from the market, right? So we have some set of applications here that like we have the first application, that is basically sales application. So this application provide all the features that is required whenever we want to close any sales. Okay, so it's basically we can say, like, if you want to capture basic data over the leads where our sales start, or we want to do any kind of opportunity management, or quote management, or order management, or the invoicing. So everything is there in the sales app. Okay, so sales app is basically have all those features. Then next app that we have is the marketing app. The marketing app help us to run our marketing campaigns. We can do different campaigns, and we can do budgeting for our marketing. And then we have lots of other features, like if you want to do run any event management, so we have event website. If you want to do registration for your website, so those set of features are there in the marketing app, right? And the third app that we have is the customer service. So this is another app which basically help the customer to provide a better customer service. So if you are working in a service industry, or maybe if you are working in a product development company, and you sold your product to your customers, and after that you want to provide them support, right? So all the support related activities like case management, resource scheduling, so all these things are basically part of the customer service, right? And then next we have here is the field service. So this is the another, you can say that this is also basically for providing the customer service. But here in the field service, this is basically on the door to door customer service. So if let's say you are working on the some machinery, and you have some service that you need to go to the customer location, and there you need to provide the service for those machinery. So that kind of thing we can done using the field service. So we have different options here. We can manage our customers, we can manage our work orders, we can do the resource scheduling, we can see that when the resource is available for taking that service, or you want to see that which are the customer services representative who are free or who are busy. So all these informations are basically part of the field service. So all these application collectively forms a Dynamics 365, and we call now it's a Dynamics 365 customer engagement. Okay. Yeah. So now let's talk about little bit history that what we have right now Dynamics 365, but from where it started. The first version of Dynamics CRM came around the January 2003. So here that was the CRM 1.0. That was with a very basic features of the CRM applications to managing your customer data. And then the journey started in the 2003. We had another versions, and these were the basic version that came here till that 3.0. In the 4.0, they basically started promoting CRM application as a XRM application. So here that X means that any domain application. So, for example, if you talk about the traditional CRM application, so the first thing that comes into the mind is that we want to work with the sales, purchase, or this marketing, or providing services. But CRM provide us more capabilities than the traditional CRM application, and that's what we have here is the XRM that was introduced at the time. So Microsoft started promoting that CRM application as the XRM application, which means that it's not we can always use the CRM application for the traditional sales related activities, but it can be modified and leveraged for the any domain application. So let's say, for example, I want to build an application for a school management, or want to build some fees management application. So that can be easily done using the CRM application, because of the set of features that we it provides out of the box. So those all the features basically required for any application. So we will discuss about more on that set of features. So from here it started with that as a XRM concept, and then in the 2011, so when the 2011 version came, and that was totally it was a drastic changes in this UI. So if you anybody have seen that earlier version of CRM 4.0, then they might be aware of this, that in 2011 it was totally changed, and they changed that look and feel, and everything got changed. The forms got updated, and that totally the framework got updated, right? And then after that we have like in 2013, so then it the journey started, and updating the more on the UI side, and the adding some more core set of features. Okay. And then what we have right now is the Dynamics 365. So that was basically introduced around November 2016, and then that's what we have right now. Okay. So that was the a little bit history about the Dynamics 365. Now, So we know that now what is Dynamics 365 and a little bit history about that. So now the next question is that why we should use Dynamics 365? Why not other application, or why not we should build some application, right? So these are the high level core features that is basically required for any applications, and these applications are basically available out of the box. So we don't need to change anything, don't need to develop anything, or we don't need to modify anything, but these features are available out of the box, okay, without any modification. So the first thing is the 360 view of the customer data. So as the customer is the centric entity here, the center object here in the any CRM application, right? So if you are working with the customer data, so you might want to get the 360 view of the data, so that you can see that okay, what is happening, with their opportunities, what is happening with their orders, how the invoice is working, so all these details, like how many customer calls are made, how many emails that we got from this customer, or customer executive sent. So everything that can be seen here in the Dynamics 365, right? And then next thing is the security. So if you are working with the customer data, and the security is the very key point here, that yeah, you need to maintain the security of the data. So you need to stop that unauthorized access to the data, and you need to provide, like, basic concept like privacy and compliance. So all these things are there. Microsoft provide different compliances here and privacy that can be maintained here. And now the third point is the customization and extendability. So as I said, like, we have lots of features that we get out of the box, so we don't need to modify anything. But still, sometimes some customer have a different requirement, right? So those out of the box tables or the forms or the views that they want to customize it. So yes, the Dynamics 365 provides us the ability that we can also customize it and extend it. We can write code it, in the Visual Studio, or you can do the scripting in the JavaScript. So all these options are available, that is basically can done for any application, right? And then we have the automation. So this is another key point. Whenever you are working with the any business, we have some set of business flows, or we have set of business activities that they do day to day in life, right? So whether it's just sending that emails, and doing phone calls, or checking that okay, what are the status of the opportunity, and if something is delayed, sending notification to the customer. So all these are basically tasks can be automated easily using the Power Automate, using the out of the box, now we call it classical workflow. So those things can be utilized to perform these kind of actions in Dynamics 365, right? And the last one is the rich reporting capabilities. So whenever you have the customer data, and you want to see that high level picture of that, okay, what is happening with the data, right? You don't want to go to the all the tables and look for hundreds of rows. You need to get that executive details, like just the executive summary of that, like okay, what is happening, right? How much sales we are getting this month, or what is the target, right? So those things can be done using the reporting, and it provides us a rich reporting capabilities. We have out of the box option to create our reports. If there is any custom requirement which cannot be fulfilled from there, then we can develop our custom reports using Visual Studio, using SRS reports, and we can also do the Power BI, right? So these are the core set of features that is there in Dynamics 365. But apart from that, we have many new features that is added on the Dynamics 365. Like we have the AI capabilities which help you to get the customer insight, and get that conclusion on the data, so to find out that what is happening. So those set of features we have here on the Dynamics 365. Okay, now we know what is Dynamics 365 and why we should use it, and let's see who can use Dynamics 365. So in a very simple manner, any company, any organization, can utilize that Dynamics 365, and they can automate their business processes. They can implement the digital transformation using the Dynamics 365. Okay, now Dynamics 365 is basically part of the Power Platform. So we will have a different sessions that we will be doing quarterly on the Power Platform. There we will discuss about what are the capabilities and the features of the Power Platform. So in today's session, we are just concentrating on the Dynamics 365, right? So anybody, any organization who want to improve their customer relationship, want to provide that more efficiency into their day-to-day work activities, so they can utilize Dynamics 365, right? And these are the some of the companies. So this is a very big companies that is utilizing Dynamics 365 for their day-to-day activities. So I have taken this picture from Microsoft site. So these are the latest companies whom the customer stories they have published on that website. But there are thousands of companies are which is basically using Dynamics 365, right? So let me show you some of the other here. So let's me show you here. So these are that if you go to Dynamics 365 here, you will try to search Dynamics 365, you will get this Microsoft main site, which is for the landing page of the Dynamics 365. You can see here that we have different customer stories available here. So you can read these customer stories. So these are very big companies, and which is basically utilizing the Dynamics 365. So if you want to go for reading their more stories, so you can go to these, and you can see that here, like how Coca-Cola is utilizing Dynamics 365 to perform their business activities, and how they are doing the automation using the Dynamics 365 and Power Platform capabilities, right? So we have different industries here. So they have you can see all this information can be find out here. So you can read all these things here. Okay, so now let me transfer the mic to my friend Venkatesh. So he will explain you the different modules, and will show you demo on that. Over to you, Venkatesh.
Yeah, that was a nice introduction for this. Hi everyone, I'm Venkat, as Mahender already introduced me. So without taking much of your time, just this is a time for look and feel like, okay, what is that Dynamics 365 CRM is about? One of the major questions that you will see, okay, Dynamics 365 CE. What does the CE stands for? It is for customer engagement. Okay. So mostly the thing is right. So Dynamics give as if you might have observed in the earlier slides of the PPT, like you will see what are all the things that are the capabilities from Dynamics side that we are leveraging it for the customers to get the most of the customer delight. So uh, if you observe in my screen, this is an the classic look of the Dynamics 365 CE customer engagement, where I do have the few of the apps here. Just I have considered I have spin up in a trial environment regarding to show you all the apps that are present ideally, right? So based upon the licensing and all, right, based upon the requirement of the customer, only a single app will be used. Okay, so here if you observe here, these are all the customer service related apps that are present, and also this is related to the sales hub. Okay, and also the sales trial that you are going to see it here. If you observe in the other slides, like there are few things that are also been mentioned, like the marketing and also the customer service. So if you wanted to see like how you have wanted to navigate, just you have to open the dynamic crm url and then go to the settings and navigate to these particular apps. This is where you will get all these details. So first I will navigate to this particular sales one. Okay, so generally why are we going to go for an sales? How why generally sales is important for it. So for any industry, right, the sales plays an important role, whether it could be a product or whether it could be a software service, or whether it could be any kind of the support that was required. So example, let us take an classic example. If we take if we buy an Apple, or if we buy it in a Microsoft notebook, Microsoft related Windows licensing and all, generally if we get any kind of warranty issues, or we get any issues with the laptops and all, what we generally do, we will request, we will reach out to the customer support executives in the form of various channels that are available. So what are those channels are, so channels, these are the different things that we will get it in the customer service module. But when coming to the sales, right, so in how many ways that we will get this particular sale of this particular Windows laptop, for an example. So sales in the form of advertisements, in the form of the direct the customers visiting to uh, the outlets, and also the customers can use the websites to get this particular sales and all. So basically things, right, if you observe here, this is the classical dashboard that is present. If you observe, these are all the work items that are present here. Just let me zoom in here. So work items means, okay, few of the sales members, they got the request saying that, okay, we need this particular related details and all. So if you are observing, so there are major, few of the major tables. Earlier we called them as an entities or any other things. Okay, so generally in the current terms we call it as in tables. In sales, we do have the main important entities or the tables called the leads, opportunities, and contacts and accounts. These are all the different things that needs to be understood if at all you are you are working on any particular sales module. Okay, so if you observe here, right, these are the open leads. So lead means, okay, so lead for a company means, if at all Venkat called to Mahender's company saying that I need an good product of yours, so I am a lead for Mahender. Okay, so second way how this lead can be, right, one of the other user has launched the Mahender's, he went to the Mahender's website or to the Microsoft website to order any Microsoft related product, then he is in lead. In the other way, the third customer, he has called to the Microsoft in the form of a phone saying that, okay, I need this particular product. Okay, so irrespective of the details that we are having, right, so if you observe here, this is an out of box related things that we have got it. Okay, there is no need for you to do it. If you observe, right, open leads, lead means, okay, for my company, for my organization, who are all the people who has shown interest to buy my products. So those are nothing but the leads. Okay, and to get these particular details, right, so example Jeremy Johnson, so this is an demo data that was being given here. So just for Jeremy Johnson, he is the person who has raised a request, who has showed the request to buy this particular product. So for that, just an follow-up call can be done. Okay. So these are the recent calls, and if you observe the other part of it, it is an opportunity set risk. Example, um, there are certain sales has been done, but because of certain drop on the revenues, example, this Northwind traders, because of due to some reasons of the updates or the issues, their particular estimated revenue has been going in and it is going down. So that's why this predictive score, which is very much important, like it is saying that 55% is the predictive score of this particular sales of this particular uh, product or this particular company. So just I will give you a walkthrough here. At then high level, we do have the sales accelerator as well, accelerator, which will do, right. So it will analyze what are all the leads that are present. Like example, if you get an email, if you get a phone call, or if you get any particular other request to get these details, right, then this sales accelerator can be used. And if you observe, right, the sales will have one particular business process flow. So these are the just technically business process flow, what is there and all. These things we are going to explain it in the coming themes session of this particular live show. But simple, a business process flow is an step by step way we are we need to follow certain instructions, so that we can get the relevant details from the person who has called us, okay, for a lead. So these are all the lead opportunity for sale. It is qualify, okay. If at all any particular person who has shown an interest, then we will be qualifying it and then we will be going it. Okay, so just simple, this Kenya Brady is an user. He want, what is the summary? Okay, so some one of the sales executive got this call saying that okay, he has shown an interest. So what are all the things that sales executive has done? So if you observe, right, step one, he has sent an introduction email, and then step two, he has done the reminder email. So if you observe, right, these are all the up next sequence. As a sales executive, blindly he can follow this one. Just send an introductory email. Step two, just send an reminder email based upon the details that he got it from the customer. He can call the customer. Once he completes his the customer call, right, he need to send an thank you email. After that one, so after giving the customer certain amount of time, right, he can schedule a meeting. So these are all the things that are already available here. There is no need for us to simply get to reinvent the wheel. Simply he can transfer. So this particular tab shows about, okay, this particular contact, where is he details, where is all this is coming and all. So don't worry about this email, all these the phone details. These are all not the correct ones. These are all the dummy data and all. So when coming to here, the major things that are present here, like the activities. So these kind of activities, right, as I told you, if example the sales lead has spoken with the customer who has shown the interest, then he can simply create an appointment here, saying that okay, just sales follow up, just Harriet Pratik, just I am giving it just an optional, he will give in follow up call, just a location and all. So that's what he can give it, and then just he can save it. Okay, so once he save this one, right, the appointment has been selected, and then by the time it keeps on loading, right, then appointment got it. So if you observe in the calendar, if you see this follow-up call has been done. So majorly, if you wanted to see all these things, right, it will take time. But generally, with this help of this sales app that is present in the dynamic CE, it is easy. In the same way, for the tasks also plays an important role in the activities, where one can provide any particular task. Example, okay, so example, right, generally to see in a dashboard how my tasks are present and all, right. So simply, right, this is an drag and drop mechanism, where simply if you see this, my tasks are open and all. So I have done an follow up here with this review pricing, and then what is done, right, just I can do it as a scheduled one. So just I will show it here. So I have to show it this as an complete as an high, and then I have to go it here, and then I can mark it as incomplete. Okay, so once this is completed, right, if you observe, right, it has automatically uh, changed it to here to as in completed. In the same way, we do have the calls. So generally, all the call history, there is no need. So generally, right, if at all we call as in a sales representative, if we call any a person, right, generally what we will do, we will note down somewhere in the form of a notebook all these things and all. But here, if you use this particular sales module or the sales app, right, automatically there is an call integration that is also present, where simply we can create here. So saying that okay, this what is the thing is here. So just if you observe any particular phone call, right, so just we can give this call summary. Okay, what is this particular subject, what is the thing that is present, and what is the description that has been done. So simply what it will help, right, as this particular conversation has been recorded, it will be easy for the other users simply can do it. Okay. And as I said to you before, this this okay, just give me 1 minute. So the leads and the opportunities, and so simple leads means from where we can get the product, who has the people who has showed that opportunities means once a lead gets qualified. Example, Venkat has called Mahender, and Mahender products were very good, and Venkat, I showed an interest uh, to buy that particular product. So for Mahender and his company, I am an opportunity for them. Okay. So to buy that particular product, obviously, and some quote, all these things will be getting it. So all these details I will get it. So for particular companies, right, we, that is nothing but the accounts. These are all my opportunities that are present. So this is an dashboard which are present. I am not going directly into the weeds, but simply if you observe, right, so 5kf automatic is an customer, potential customer. So his estimated revenue was 77,500, and his score was 83, and his grade was A. So simply we can get into these kind of minute details without doing anything. If you observe, right, till now I have not created any particular item here. Just simply I'm using whatever the things that are available in the product. Simply we call these as an out of box features that are provided in the that are available in this particular product. And in the same way, right, if you observe here in the left side in the change area, I do have the sales insights in settings and personal settings. All these things are present, which we are going to cover in the coming sessions. So if you observe here, as I said about the sales hub, let me walk through you to the customer service hub. So okay, so just here, as I have completed this particular customer service hub. Okay, what is happened in the scenario, right? So Venkat as an customer has called to the Mahinder's company, and Mahinder company has provided an excellent product. So I got that particular product delivered to um, my home. Okay, so I am wanted to use that particular product. So first I need to uh, what I have to do, right? I have some particular doubt, like, okay, how can I uh, initiate my warranty? Okay, and other case, right, okay, the product was come, but due to some reasons I could not operate it. In that particular case, right, then this customer service will comes into the picture. So customer service means I am a customer to Mahinder's company, so Mahinder company will allocate few of the member as a customer service executives. What they will be doing it, right, so uh, they will respond to the queries that are being raised by the customer. So as I have mentioned, just I will see it here in the dashboard, what are all the things that are present. Simply customer service hub will have generally, right, all the cases. Okay, how many cases are there? So case or incident are the same. So case means how many active cases are there. That means for Mahinder's company or for the Microsoft scenario, how many products have these particular queries from the customers. So these are all the things that will be, you will get it in the active cases. And in the same way, if at all I am a customer service executive and support representative or an executive, I have worked on the case, and I have called to the customer and he was satisfied, then in that particular case, right, the case gets resolved. So if you observe here, this is the things that are present, where my activities, my draft emails. As I said before, for sales, we do have the lead opportunities are the main entities here. But in the same way, for customer service, we do have the certain important entities or the tables, which we call it as in cases mostly. Okay. So basic question here, if anyone asks you, what are the basic tables that are present in the customer service module, or then you have to tell the cases. Okay, so if any discussions are happening on the customer related issues and all, then you have to figure out that, okay, the cases should be there, and these guys who are talking about the customer service hub only. And also I said these customers are the, they could be the accounts or the contacts, or we can get the social profiles as well. So this these are all the, as I don't have any active social profiles, then I cannot get it. So if you observe, right, the list of cases that are present. So how can I create any particular case? Simply just I will click on this create and saying that uh, warranty related. Just I will look for this particular subject. Just I will take the default customer, default one, and the customer account I will take it here, and I will see that ABC company. See, I have on the fly. I am creating in one particular account, and this is the main contact. These are the main details that I have to do. So save and close. Just I have created an account. Obviously, the account also came. So how this particular case, so as a customer, I have called to this particular customer representative. So what is the description? So new product was taken, uh, query related to warranty, uh, warranty details. Okay, so just I have saved this particular case. This is how simply we'll be creating all this particular case. I am not going to go directly into the weeds. And also for the case, right, simply in customer service hub or in the customer service related modules, the main thing is write the cases. So any customer representatives performance will be measured based upon how many cases he got, how many cases he has resolved, and what is the customer satisfaction. So generally we call this all this as an SLA. SLA is nothing but, okay. So SLAs are nothing but one particular service level agreements. That means, okay, if at all one particular case has been given with the priority one, that priority that customer was not satisfied, then this will goes to the next stage. Then for that SLA, that means for the escalation to what are all the conditions that are present. Those all the details that we will be showing it. I am not going to tell in deep about all these details, but just giving an introduction about it. Okay, in the same way, for the customer service also, so generally what we will get it right, so we will get certain details like okay, so the new article simple, uh, so if you observe, right, suggested keywords and description, save the article with the title and content, enables for suggestion feature. If at all any new product has been taken by the user, then simply this knowledge article what it will help, right? So simply these are knowledge article. Okay, any new product has been taken. So to enable this particular warranty, it will take the time of 1 hour to 2 hours of time. So this is a new knowledge article. Simply there is no need for the user or a customer service representative to go and speak with his boss. That means his supervisor. What it will help it, right? These are the knowledge article simply for the general knowledge for the CSR, that is for customer service representative to get it. And also, not only this, if you observe, right, we do have the beautiful things like the IoT alerts and also the customer assets. Example, I will say, right, I will give you an classic example here. We do have in the slides that has been explained by Mahender, like we do have the field service hub, field service related. That means if at all any product has been coming for an warranty expiration, then we can, what we will do, right, if it is any product is under warranty, then if it gets repaired, right, then any customer service or the field representatives, they can directly go into here to that place, or else we do have a certain mechanism saying that there are certain services has been written such that if any product was not working as promising, then without having any practical or the human interaction in the first initial discussion, simply we can configure these IoT alerts and all. And if you observe here, we do have the service and help and support also. These details are present. So that is where we are going to get these details. And also, just for the time being, as we are running out of this particular time, we do have the other main modules that are also present. Those are the marketing and as well as the field service. Okay, so in order to enable these field service and marketing, right, a few of the apps that needs to be enabled. Okay, and in between, if at all, if you get some kind of details like how we need to get started, there is no need to worry here. If you observe here in any of the module, whether it is sales or whether it is the customer service hub, right, then we do have this place where the learn resources is there. If you click on this particular resources, then we'll get started with the sales. What are the details that are present? So simply it will help you to navigate to the right documentation that was given by the Microsoft, and also it will help you to provide related details regarding it. So, Mahinder, so with that, right, just an introduction about what is the sales and the service modules in the Dynamic CE, what are all the important things that are present. Hope I have given an good introduction about these first show. So, Mahinder, if you wanted to add few of the closing notes, then that would be good.
Thank you, Venkatesh. Yeah, it's very good, introduction about the basic modules of Dynamics 365. So, as Venkatesh said, that there are other apps, and those app we have not set up the trial yet, so we need to, configure that trials, and only after that we can show that. So we will be showing those apps in the, later on sessions that we'll have for us. And like here on that documentation, so Microsoft has now, as I said, like, in this complete CRM journey, the one thing that I have seen in the, recent years, that Microsoft is working very, very, hard on that, providing documentation for all these products. So earlier, if we talk about that early days of CRM, there was no much documentation on this. So we used to have one CHM file, this that we used to download, and we used to get the details from there. So there was no online documentation, and then that nothing was there. But nowadays, that we have very good documentation available, we have very good videos available, that, we can, there are different paths are designed on the, Microsoft Dynamics Learn. There are certification paths are there that we can follow, and based on your, role and set of responsibilities, you can go through those sessions, and, take those sessions free of cost, and you don't need to pay on that, right? So those are the all things that is available on the documentation side. And just want to include one more point here, that we have, some set of certification that is for the, specifically for the Dynamics 365 and Power Platform. So maybe we will do one session for the, especially for the certification as well. So there are some of the free certification also available, and Microsoft, time to time provides opportunities that, you can take part on those different event that Microsoft conduct. And there they provide different, set of lessons that you need to complete within the specific time duration. And when you will complete that, you will get the coupon for the certifications. So sometime, some of the certifications, they are totally free, and some of them, they are kind of, 50%. So all these things are, available here, that you can take that free of cost, some of the certification as well, right? So yeah, so as Venkat is showing on the screen, so here these are that Microsoft, learned, different chapters are there. So the complete learning path is there that can be followed, if you want to get started with Dynamics 365. So we hope that, the session, today's session, will be beneficiary to you. And if you are, new to the Dynamics 365, so you might have get a very good, good introduction about Dynamics 365. And stay tuned with us, and we will have more sessions on that, and then we will go through on these modules one by one in more details. And then, we will also conduct sessions on the Power Platform tools, right? Yeah. So I think
Yeah, just
anything
adding
else
to
you
here.
want to add?
Yes, yes, yeah. So you, as you have told already these things, right? So All those details will be shown, will be shared to you all. And also just stay tuned. We are going to conduct and continuous sessions, and many of the things that are going to come in the future sessions. Yeah, that's it from my side. So thank you
Okay,
everybody
thank you
and
very
have a
much.
nice
Yeah, thanks.